The teenage period for our heroine was a time of change and experimentation. The girl decided to fall in love with the most desirable guy in school. She actively spent time and got acquainted with different men, but she made a mistake and wrote everything down in her diary, thanks to which everyone found out the secret of the girl. It's movie recap zone. What led to new entertainment and gossip, you will see in this retelling. Enjoy the video. The film begins with the trill of an alarm clock. The heroine's mother, Daria, is going to work. Melissa is lying on the bed. The girl studies her body in the mirror. The mother wants Grandma Elvira to wake up the heroine. However, she goes herself to her daughter's room. The woman prevents Melissa from relaxing. In the next scene, the heroine and her friend Manuela come to visit Daniela. The guy greets the guests and goes to have fun. Melissa wanted to get the guy's attention. She crouched on the edge of the pool. Daniel pulled her into the water. The heroine didn't know how to swim. Danielle helped her to swim to the edge. The guy suggested to her friend to take a walk in the garden. He was interested in her family. Melissa was nervous. The friend stroked the girl's arm. He asked if Melissa wanted to kiss him. The heroine said yes. Then Danielle pulled out his aubergine. He wanted Melissa to practice on him first. After that, the girl didn't see Danielle all summer. In autumn, the friends went to school. Melissa wanted to see the boy. The teacher was doing class roll call. She wrote his name in her notebook. A new student, Marco, walked into the classroom. Manuela liked the boy. At home, Elvira helped her granddaughter comb her hair. The girl's mother brought a phone into the bathroom. Melissa chatted with her father. The girl was sad because he works far away. Later, Melissa drove her friend to school on Manuela's moped. The girl didn't like gym class. During class, she thought about Daniel. The students climbed upwards on ropes and sticks. After reaching the top, Melissa got a release. Marco was watching her. As the boy climbed down the rope to the bottom, classmates noticed an aubergine in his shorts. Basketball players entered the gym. Daniel was among the guys. Daria was telling her husband about the clinic she had found for Elvira. The husband wanted the woman to tell her mother about the clinic. Elvira got ready to meet her friends. She was annoyed by Daria's attention. Melissa was sure that her mother was jealous of her grandmother. After school, the friends went to a bar. Danielle was relaxing there with some friends. The guy's friend Arnaldo noticed Melissa. Danielle invited the heroine to have fun. The couple arrived at Daniel's house. He allowed Melissa to kiss him. Daniel wanted to have fun with his girlfriend. They did it on his bedroom floor. Suddenly, Melissa realized that she didn't love the guy. This ruined Daniel's mood. Melissa decided to learn to swim. She wrote her father a letter. The girl was sad about the way Daniel had treated her. However, she did not dare to send the letter. Daria and Elvira discussed the woman's health. Elvira was worried about her granddaughter. She agreed to go to the clinic. Melissa was angry at her mother because of this decision. The girl didn't want to let Elvira go. The woman wanted to avoid a tearful goodbye. She reached the building in the pouring rain. Daria and Melissa followed her. The women looked at Elvira's room. The heroine was sad about her grandmother's move. Elvira tried to cheer up her granddaughter. Daria saw how warmly her daughter and mother-in-law were communicating. She decided not to prevent them from saying goodbye. At home, Melissa made a scandal because of Elvira's departure. She did not want to eat and went to her room. The girl was angry. She found out that her father and mother had agreed about everything in advance. Melissa went to take a bath to relax. Manuela texted her to support her friend. The girl wanted to consult with Melissa. She liked Marco's classmate. However, the heroine was busy. She warmed herself after the rain. Meanwhile, Daria was waiting for her daughter in the kitchen. Melissa could not answer her friend. She was actively spending her time. Manuela warned her about her homework. The next day was Melissa's birthday. She sat in her Italian class. The girl's thoughts were far from studying. She missed her grandmother. The teacher asked the heroine's classmates about their religion. When the turn came to Melissa, the girl said that she did not know if there was faith in her. The heroine wanted to believe in someone who wouldn't betray her. Her classmates knew about Melissa and Danielle's failed romance. Marco closely followed the girl. After school, the friends went to the cinema. Manuela said that she could beat up Daniel for his act. The girls visited a cafe. Their attention was caught by a brunette at a neighboring table. Melissa assumed that the man liked her. This assumption confused Manuela. The heroine tested her hunch. She started playing with the straw in the cocktail. Her friend asked her to stop. The man watched Melissa's actions. He sat down at the table with the schoolgirls. Together they played with a straw in a cocktail. The heroine's movements became more frank. Manuela decided to leave. The stranger wanted to touch Melissa, but the girl left with a friend. At home, Melissa wrote her thoughts in her diary. She hurt herself with a razor. The heroine was upset because her father would not come for Christmas. Elvira came to the holiday. Daria was happy to see the woman. While Melissa hugged her grandmother, the woman set the table. Elvira didn't like the new chair. She noticed an abrasion on her granddaughter's face. The grandmother asked the heroine to make tea. The woman decided to talk to Daria about the girl. She considered the sadness in her granddaughter's eyes. Melissa's mother was sure that everything was fine with the heroine. Elvira took her granddaughter to her former room. Daria made a pantry in the room. The woman found a box of her belongings. She took her hairbrush out of it. Then the grandmother found a notebook with a picture of herself young. Elvira brushed the heroine's hair. She was telling Melissa the story of her first crush. The woman was convinced that straight hair helped unravel thoughts. She reassured her granddaughter. The holidays were over. Melissa was about to start a new life and meet love. Suddenly, she got a phone call from Daniele. The guy said that he missed her. He offered the heroine to have fun. Daniel promised to prepare a surprise for her friend. The girl went to the guy's place. Daniel asked Melissa to close her eyes. Arnaldo joined the couple. The guy kissed the heroine. The girl was surprised. She thought that Daniel had decided to be together with her. Melissa wanted to leave. However, the guy called her a child. This made the heroine angry. She put both guys on the couch. Melissa got busy with Danielle's friend. The guy was watching them. The heroine did not allow Daniel to touch herself. Later, Melissa told Manuela about the new experience. The friend was worried about the heroine. She asked her not to repeat the encounter. Manuela noticed that Melissa was breaking her nails. At home, the heroine registered in a special chat room. She hid it from everyone. Melissa wanted to have fun with guys. She was sure that her friend would not understand her. In the spring, the high school students went on a field trip to a museum. Melissa stepped away from the group. She wanted to admire the painting. Marco was watching the girl. Melissa was making notes in her diary. Manuela was sitting nearby. A friend was chatting with her classmates. A stranger approached the heroine. The man took Melissa's glove. She followed the man. The classmates found Melissa's diary. At that time, the heroine visited the washroom. The girls read her entries in class and laughed. Manuela was also in the classroom. Melissa returned to the classroom. She tried to retrieve her diary. Marco helped her. The girl was outraged by the behavior of her classmates. She was disappointed in her best friend. Melissa left the class. The heroine decided to buy a beautiful dress and teach her classmates a lesson. She decided to break off her relationship with Manuela. Melissa arrived at Elvira's Kinika. The grandmother was not in the room. From the window, the heroine saw Elvira and a strange man. They were hugging and laughing. The girl was happy for her grandmother. In the evening, she met with her mother near the house. The woman complimented her daughter's new dress. She wanted to talk to Melissa about personal things. The girl did not want to be frank with Daria. In the morning, Melissa was met by Manuela. The friend wanted to make up with the heroine, but Melissa wanted to go for a walk. She listened to music and enjoyed the spring. Manuela caught up with the heroine. She tried to explain the situation in class. Melissa didn't hear her. She closed her eyes and danced under the sakura tree. Marco looked at the heroine. Manuela walked away. The heroine's phone rang. A classmate came up to Melissa. He said the girl's phone was ringing. Melissa walked away. Marco looked after her. The boy had liked the girl for a long time. Melissa came to meet Arnaldo. The guy offered her a game. He blindfolded the heroine with a scarf. The couple went down to the basement of the building. The guy's friends were waiting for them there. They also wanted to play with Melissa. Arnaldo wanted to have fun. At home, the heroine brushed her hair 100 times. She was angry at herself for being weak. At school, the boys wrote Melissa's name inside a huge aubergine. Classmates looked at the heroine with judgment. In a chat room, Melissa chatted with a stranger. He invited her to his house. The heroine decided to meet them. The next day, Daria brought her daughter a dog. However, the girl was not at home. The phone rang. The woman answered the call. At that time, Melissa took the keys from the concierge and went up to the flat to the stranger. Daria saw on her daughter's bed her diary. The woman became curious about what secrets her daughter was hiding. Na was shocked by what she read. Daria tried to call the heroine. However, Melissa dropped the call. The heroine viewed the flat of the man from the chat room. The stranger had prepared gifts for her. Daria came to the clinic. Elvira was having a heart attack. The woman was waiting for the doctor. She continued reading Melissa's diary. A friend of Elvira's approached Daria. The woman cried. A man from the chat room came to the flat. He saw Melissa looking at his presents. The nurse reported that it was impossible to help Elvira. Here the heroine hid in the wardrobe. She put on things from each box. The man was angry. He asked to be punished. Then he punished her for her disobedience. At night, Melissa hurried home. Daria was waiting for her in the bedroom. She promised to take her daughter to the clinic so that the heroine could say goodbye to her grandmother. Melissa cried. Daria helped her daughter undress and covered her with a plaid. Melissa got up from the bed. The girl decided to have a cigarette. She told her mother about how happy Elvira was with her new friend. They both missed the woman. Daria admitted that she had read her daughter's diary. Melissa was ashamed. The woman dropped the diary. She hugged her daughter. Daria wanted to support the heroine. Summer came. Melissa woke up and hugged her dog. The girl decided to change her life again. She threw things away and decided to make up with Manuela. The friends went to school together. Daniel had a fight with Arnaldo. Their quarrel was seen by the whole school. Arnaldo's girlfriend was actively spending time with his friend. The guy hit Daniel. Melissa walked past him. The classmates told Manuela that she had passed all her exams. Melissa went to the booth to find out her results. She saw Marco's grades. The boy approached discreetly. He was glad that the heroine had spoken to him. Marco said that now he would be able to go to art school. Manuela decided not to interfere with their conversation. Marco gave Melissa his sketchbook. On every page of it was Melissa. The guy confessed his love to the heroine. He asked her to pose for the first portrait the girl knew of. He gave the drawing to Melissa and kissed her. Daniel watched the couple. When Marco left, the guy invited the heroine to his party. He was persistent. However, Melissa was already indifferent to Daniel. Manuela and Melissa went to the party. Daniel kissed Manuela in front of her friend. Melissa went for a walk. She saw that the couples at the party were having an active time. Her friend saw Melissa leaving. Manuela ran after her. The heroine decided to freshen up. No one knew that she learned to swim. Daria bought her daughter tickets for a holiday with her father. She and her daughter visited Elvira's grave. Their relationship is much better than it was last summer. Rate this movie in the comments. Do you think Melissa and Marco will be together? Perhaps the heroine should have forgiven Daniel. This was the 2005 film Melissa. See you in the following videos.